All right. Hey there. It's time again. It's called Casual Time with Louie, but now I'm with my dear friend Keith. So it calls now Casual Time with Keith. His name is Keith Dougherty. We met like in January or February 2010. We did a play in Fort Lauderdale called Making Porn. It's a comedy, and I was able to visit New York for the first time in September of that year too, and we met because I thought he used to live still and he used to live there at Queens. So I thought he still lives in Queens, but nah, but right now it's not. So I said, okay, I just visit you in your place called Camden Hall, right?
Campbell Hall.
Campbell Hall. So right now I'm here in Campbell Hall visiting him, and just want to see. It's been like 7 years we haven't seen each other. I have to just to update, ask him some questions about his career right now. All right. So first of all, what age and if you remember or how did you get interest with the arts? Because he's not only an actor but he's also an artist. My God, he draws and paints and everything like that, which that's my frustration. So how did you get into that?
Well, my family are artists as
Oh.
well. My mom was a great artist. She worked in pen and ink. And my dad was a design director and graphic designer for Time Life. My sister graduated from the School of Visual Arts.
Oh my God. Okay.
So we had visual arts in the family, but then my brother's also an entertainer. And so we've kind of always had that creative gene.
What do you mean entertainer? Into
Well,
music and like that?
he's an entertainment and social director up at the Villa Roma Resort, where I've worked, also done shows for the last 5 summers.
But the question is, was it during the time you were kids? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just
they
wondering.
were just always creative, doing shows,
Ah.
doing carnivals for muscular dystrophy in the backyard, and putting on plays as part of that, and inviting neighbors to see shows. We would go on vacation in the Catskills, and we would do plays on the beach with the kids that were there. My mom always tells a funny story how I was going to do Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs,
And then
and then the day of the show, the family went on a boat ride, and we ended up doing Snow White and the Dwarf because everyone else had left. So we were always interested in doing plays and different things like that. And when I was younger, myself, always in school plays, I played Oliver Twist when I was in
Oh.
third grade. Always very interested, and then I kind of felt a little more reserved in high school, and I went behind the scenes. I did more writing and directing and stage managing, and then it wasn't until maybe my late teens and early 20s that I was introduced back to the stage. And
Did
I've
you
been
did you
doing-
take up what did you take up for college? Arts or something?
Yes, well, I was also an artist. I was doing portraits.
Yeah.
In seventh grade, I took a mandatory art class, was never encouraged to continue, and all of a sudden, one night in ninth grade, I was home and got the urge to draw myself.
I wish I have that talent.
Well, I took out a little makeup mirror, compact, and did an eye and an eye, and it ended up looking like me once I was finished. The nose, the mouth, and I've been doing portraits
Do
ever
you have
since.
still a picture of that you draw?
No, I don't know
Oh.
what happened to that.
Oh.
It's rolled up somewhere.
Oh, but it's still somewhere in your
Mhm.
parents' house. See? Um, but so you took what course did you take up in college then? What's actually your
It was, I mean, your usual English courses and everything else that you had to take, but I was majoring in visual arts.
ah.
Yeah.
And then what prodded you to make to do because he's doing right now for his work he do murder mysteries. So that's your own production, right?
Well, that's my own company. I've had it for about 30 years, Murder Mystery Manhattan. I was working for various other murder mystery companies, and years ago, of course, I did my first one up in this area. And, well, actually, just a little tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
The woman who you saw last night, Cynthia Topps, who playing Madame Arcady,
Oh yeah.
I did my very first murder mystery with her up here in Cornwall, New York.
But it was your own creation already for that murder
No,
mystery?
this was for another company,
Oh.
and I started getting cast in Manhattan for other companies, and I moved to Manhattan, and I got cast in a play, and things started to happen. But I was always doing murder mysteries because they paid, and it allowed you to do other things because it filled in. You know, it
30
was the
years.
one thing where you did get fed and you got paid. So I wasn't rehearsing 40 hours for a no-pay showcase,
Yeah.
hoping an agent would show up. You never know.
But a murder mystery is because in some of them I heard some of them are like improvised, and some of them are
Yes.
scripted. So
Well,
what's yours?
I've done both. Mine are both. It's very scripted. I write all the scripts, but in between, because it's interactive and you're walking around the tables, that's all improv. So I need actors who have no fear, that can
I
go
know.
up to the
I can't
actor,
do
to
that.
the audience members, and talk.
I
Yes,
did
and
one time, but my murder is scripted, so I know the lines.
well, it's not for everyone. I mean, I have friends
I
that
love
are
to do that.
brilliant actors on stage, and freeze up when they have to talk to an audience. So
Oh, yeah?
they don't want to break that fourth wall, which is understandable. I was a nervous wreck the first time I ever
I
did
guess
it.
it's out to practice.
I was a nervous wreck, and I was like, I don't want to talk to these people. I don't understand. Give me my script. And now it scares me what I'll do in front of an audience as a character. So
Until
it's
now,
a-
it scares you.
yeah, no, I mean scares me because it's amazing. I'll do anything
Ah,
or
okay.
say anything in any situation as a character, but not. As
Okay, here's my
myself.
question. What was the funniest, I guess, funniest or slash worst experience that you ever had during your murder mystery? Like this guy was, came in as an audience and something happened, and how did you cope up with that? That things didn't go well, but you were able to manage it. Was there an incident
Well,
like
I
that?
mean, there's always a time when there's, someone will skip to the following scene, or they'll say the wrong line,
Ah, okay.
and then we have to go back. But I wouldn't say that was funny, but after a while, you just get into any situation and you're able to do it. As long as they don't say who the murderer is and give the ending away, we can always go back. That's the beauty of the murder
Okay.
mysteries, is because you can improvise.
No, that was
I mean, a funny story was my very first show of
Uh-huh.
all. With
With-
Cindy
with-
Tops.
okay.
I was supposed to be I was playing an actor. Actually, I was discovered by a German director, very stern, domineering director named Ray Von Maniac.
wait. Is that the part of the story or
Yes,
really
no,
life?
Ray Von Maniac.
Oh.
And my character was called Jockstrap. And I
Jockstrap.
went to college on a tennis scholarship, so I was in my tennis whites, and I added, my name is Jockstrap. That's 2 P's, I always said, and I had to audition. The whole premise of the show was that we were auditioning for a remake of Gone with the Wind. It was called Gone with the Breeze, and I was reading for the role of Wretch
Okay.
Butler.
Rich.
And I was supposed to be god awful. I was supposed to be terrible. So they gave me my audition, and I'm reading it very badly, as bad as I possibly
Yeah.
could. And the audience started to throw bread and food at me.
Are you
It was
serious?
so bad.
No,
Yes.
but the question
No,
is,
it wasn't part of the show. I was so bad,
That's
and
convincing.
I was supposed to be bad, and the audience, I remember, started to throw rolls at me.
so when you're expecting that rose to throw at
No,
you.
so that kind of...
That's very
But I
convincing
mean, I was
acting.
glad because I was bad, but then they used to tease me because the more comfortable I got with doing murder mysteries, they would say, you're getting too good because now it's harder for you to be bad.
Oh God. Okay.
So it was interesting. But that was my first experience, and I can't believe I ever did a second one after that. But I thought it was a fad back then, and it's still going
That's
on.
good.
Well, now I've kind of, I've switched it up a bit. I mostly spoof what's current or popular.
Yeah.
Mob Wives, Real Housewives, The Kardashians.
Yes, yes,
Or
yes.
classics like The Golden Girls,
Yeah.
Sunset
That people would
Boulevard.
remember.
Right, Mommy Dearest. So
Mommy Dearest
I just
and-
change the names and spoof the characters. And Joan Clawfoot, aging film goddess Gloria Swan Song, and Sunsex Boulevard. So you just tweak it
That's too funny.
and make it popular.
But right now he's in the show called Blythe Spirit, which I watched last night. It was so good. It's a play and it's funny, and he's performing there. It's called the Clove Creek Dinner Theater. Clove Creek Dinner Theater. That's I don't know where that exactly the city is.
Fishkill?
Fishkill. Here we are here at upstate New York. Okay, this is the northernmost part I've been to New York so far. It's a little still south of Albany, which is the capital of New York, and I had a wonderful time because if you say New York, people will think about the city in Manhattan, but in fact this is New York as well. If you can see, I can give you like a view of the place that he's been to, and see, there's the backyard, and we're in front of his
That's where
house.
I live. No subway inside.
Yes.
Thank
So I
God.
took the train for this one. And so we had a show, he has a show, and it's still running until
August 13th.
August 13th. So for those of you who who are close by in upstate New York, like in Fishkill or here in Campbell Hall, or what's the closest city there, or even Connecticut somewhere.
Goshen,
Yeah, if you
Newburgh.
and you love watching theater dinners, go watch that Blind Spirit. It's so funny, and it's called Clive. I'm always keep forgetting that. Can you mention the theater again?
Clove Creek.
Clove Creek Theater, dinner theater. Okay, so you can just Google. Do you know the address?
No.
No, you can
Not
just Google
offhand.
it on Google Map is there. That's where. That's the purpose of
Westage
that.
Drive. It's on Westage Drive.
Westage
in
Drive.
Fishkill. It's right off Route 9 across from Cracker Barrel.
All right,
And the
so
Red Line Diner, best diner in the world.
so it's close to Red Line Diner as well. So after that, you can enjoy a little midnight, time snack time with your friends there too in Red Line Diner because we had that dinner. All right, so this is my last question. What's your plan for your future?
My future, I'm going to continue writing my scripts and my company for the first time in 30 years.
Oh.
I just hired a personal assistant, company manager,
Mhm.
who's going to be working with me because we have gotten that busy. And I'm just going to continue writing. Clove Creek Dinner Theater has been great for me because it allows me to also do runs of a play. My shows run usually a weekend or one night, and I missed the run and the rehearsal period and bonding with the cast. So Clove Creek and doing shows like Blithe Spirit and Barefoot in the Park. I directed Lend Me a Tenor. It allows me to have the run of a show and get to know people. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So I'll continue directing for them as long as they'll have me and writing my scripts and continue
All
just
right.
doing what I'm passionate about.
There you have it then. So that's Keith Dougherty. And I wish you all the best. And thank you so much for following this. This is not, there's no editing for this. I'm going to post it right at once on my YouTube then. So I hope you could follow us and see what my other friends are doing when I interview them. I don't know who will it be, but who knows, it might be you. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Louie.
you, Keith. All the best.